What up, YouTube? Teamers here. Since this month I'm doing my reviews for school-based films because of Back to School Month, here's my review for the 1979 film Rock and Roll High School. Now, this movie is a 1970s musical-based film that takes place in 1980s, and the high school is called Vince Lombardi High School, who keeps losing principals due to nervous breakdowns because of the students love rock and roll. And they're disagreeing their education. They're not a fan of education here. And so, the leader of the students is Riff Randall, played by PJ Soles, who you might know as the role of Lydia from Halloween, or I should say the original Halloween. She also played the mean girl in the original Carrie film. And so, yeah, the leader of the students, Riff Randall, is the biggest Romanos fan at the school, and she also waits in line for D-Day to get tickets to see the band, and she's also hoping to meet Joey Ramone, so she can give him a song she wrote for her band Rock and Roll High School. But when this principal named Toga, played by Mary Wodenham, ends up taking her ticket away, Riffin, her best friend Kate Rambo, played by Day Young, had to find another way to meet their heroes by winning this radio contest. And so Riff also succeeds in delivering her song to Joey Ramone. And so the next day, Principal Toga and the group apparently attempt to burn a pile of rock records. And in response to the students, they are joined by the Ramones, who also overthrows the teachers and hall monitors to over the high school. And so yeah, pretty much this is pretty much an interesting musical film that premiered back in the 70s here. You of course had the Ramones all portraying themselves, like Joey Ramone appearing as himself, Jai Ramone. It has some really iconic music from the Ramones here. The direction was also really decent as well. It was also directed by, believe it or not, one of the directors was Joe Dante, who you might know, who directed movies like the original Gremlins, and so yeah, they're pretty much the students are trying to get even with their principal, because their principal is not really a fan of music. I guess say the principal is like a principal version of the dad from Footloose, who's trying to ban dance, but here the principal's trying to ban rock and roll and all. And the movie also feels, I guess it was also feel like a accommodation of there's also a Beatles fan movie that came out called I Want to Hold Your Hand, which is also similar to this, and it also felt like Hairspray as well. PJ Soles, I know, did such a great job. I mean, it's really cool seeing her in a role where she's not playing a mean girl, so that's really cool right there. She really, plays a lovable Riff Randall very well. She really does the character, definitely does a really good job at portraying this character and all. The other cast are pretty good. You also had Clinton Howard was also in this, who by the way is Ron Howard's brother, so there's that. Huey Lewis, believe it or not, plays the vice principal. I mean, music legend Huey Lewis. Come on, he of course did music for Back to the Future. So there's that. But anyway, yeah, this movie is definitely really decent to be this. Definitely is pure 80s, 70s music. Of course, the movie got released in 1979, but took place in 1980, so pretty much took place a year before this movie got released, so that's pretty interesting. But yeah, I mean, the Ramones, they were really iconic rock groups from the 80s and 70s and all, and they, their music, is really iconic, so it was really cool to see, a movie where they're trying to, pretty much went to, see their favorite, music artists of all time. We've seen that stuff happen tons of times before, but yeah, I mean, you had Joe Ramone, Jai Ramone, Dee Dee Ramone, Mark Ramone, Vince Van Patten was also in this as Tom Roberts. Day Young was also great. The chemistry between the lead actors was all really decent. I mean, this is a really decent classic film. It's not really a musical movie that gets talked about a whole lot, to be honest with you, but it's still worth checking out if you guys haven't seen it. I'm not sure we could find it nowadays. Hey, you can find it on Tubi, you can find it on Crackle, Sling, Fubo TV. Give it a go. I think you might either enjoy or you might not enjoy. Anyway, let me leave you guys. Have you ever seen the 1979 musical comedy Rock and Roll High School? If so, what's up? Were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Simon signing off.